There's a part of me that hasn't been the same now, and I want people to know that.
Slow down. Slow down.
First at 4:30, an emotional Deuce Benjamin speaking publicly for the first time about the trauma he endured as a member of the New Mexico State men's basketball team this winter. Thanks for choosing KTSM 9 News First at 4:30. I'm Andy Morgan. Benjamin, his father William, and fellow player and former player Shakira Odeneu filed a lawsuit 2 weeks ago alleging sexual assault by other players on the team as well as negligence by the coaching staff at NMSU. The three speaking at a press conference today alongside their attorneys. We have team coverage for you tonight, and we begin with KTSM 9 Sports Director Colin Deaver.
Andy, when you read the allegations made by Deuce Benjamin and Shaq Odeneu in the lawsuit we obtained a couple of weeks ago, they're shocking, and you can tell that they're both still haunted by that in their press conference today. Deuce Benjamin and his father William broke down multiple times during the press conference that provided an update on the lawsuit that alleges hazing and sexual assault committed by three of their teammates, Kim Aiken Jr., DeShondre Washington, and Dr. Bradley. It also alleges gross negligence by two former coaches, Greg Heyer and Dominique Taylor, who are also named in the suit. Now, all parties are seeking compensation for the alleged actions of their former teammates, which the lawsuit says began in the summer of 2022 and continued until this February. For Shaq and the Benjamins, it's still clearly a very tough thing for them to talk about and think about.
Being able to go through this pain isn't easy, as you can see. But all you can do is weather the storm.
You know, I was scared that if I did come out, you know, I was going to tarnish and mess up those people's the people involved with the lawsuit. I was going to mess up their careers, but you know, it just got to a point where I just couldn't bear anymore.
As a parent, I've been made to feel I was crazy for asking questions and having expectations of those questions being answered. My child has been failed. My family has been failed.
Attorneys for the two players said that Odeneu chose to stand with Benjamin after he first came forward to police in February. The lawsuit says that there could be at least two other victims as well. Here are some of the key points from today's press conference. Attorneys said they are seeing a sense of urgency from the New Mexico Attorney General to finish their investigation for possible criminal charges in this case. They're still waiting for the defendants to be served the lawsuit. They're preparing for a trial, but it could end up as a settlement, as most civil cases do. The attorneys also said they were, quote, shocked that Mario Mocha was given a new 5-year contract extension given everything that has happened the last year. They say they're conducting their own investigation to better understand Mocha's knowledge of what went on and his action or inaction in the case. NMSU releasing a statement regarding the press conference saying, quote, NMSU continues to regard this matter as extremely important. Once university leaders were made aware of the allegations, extensive measures were taken. The kind of behavior described in those allegations has no place on our campus, end quote. Now, in response to a New Mexico Higher Education Department letter last week imploring NMSU to conduct new investigations into multiple issues, including the sexual assault and hazing allegations, NMSU has hired Lightfoot, Franklin, and White to conduct another investigation. That is the same firm that investigated Penn State football after the Jerry Sandusky rape scandal in 2011. The victims in this case have received a lot of support, including from the state government and from NMSU's faculty senate. We have team coverage tonight with Skylar Soto, who has more from Las Cruces. Skylar.
Well, hey, Colin, you know what? Deuce Benjamin and Shakira Odeneu are gaining the support of many. Now, in today's press conference, the president of the Doña Ana County NAACP saying how important it is to stand by students, adding that they don't condone violence. Now, the same lawyers reached out to the NMSU General Counsel about the situation in February. Now, at the time, they say he had no idea what was going on. They also said that NMSU's Title IX investigation team just reached out to Odeneu yesterday, and they say no one from NMSU has contacted Deuce Benjamin yet. We have to reach out to the university to clarify that statement, but we have not yet heard back. Now, despite that, they say they feel the support from the community and in the form of the state government asking for NMSU to reopen the investigation, and NMSU faculty writing a letter to NMSU administration in support of them.
First of all, trying to get some justice for Deuce, William, and Shaq. Their lives have been turned upside down, and in a very public way. These gentlemen deserve fair compensation to get a fresh start.
Now, their lawyers go on to say the athletes would rather be on the basketball court rather than in the court of law, calling the men brave for having the courage to go public in hopes to put an end to this behavior in college athletics. Now, NMSU hiring Greenberg Trowbridge to do an internal investigation in response to the hazing allegations, where they did not interview the victims, but they interviewed 10 of the university administrators, including athletic director Mario Mocha. Now, in an executive summary, Greenberg says after the review of NMSU's anti-hazing policies and procedures, they recommended the university to take action with the existing policies and procedures. The first is a training for all students and employees, and the second to continue the investigation of and response to hazing allegations by the OIE, DOS, and other departments. Now, I'm live at NMSU. I'm Skylar Soto, KTSM 9 News.
And our thanks to Skylar and Colin for their coverage up in Las Cruces today.